Easter moves every year. Sometimes it's in March, sometimes it's in April. And it's not random. It follows astronomy. And this depends on the sun, on the moon, and a funny combination of the two of them. Welcome back to Boring Astronomy. I'm Alessandro, your astronomer next door. In case you're wondering, I'm Alessandro. I've been in astronomy for the past 20 years, and I'm here to share some of the things that I've learned along the way. Today's Easter. So for those of you who celebrate, Happy Easter. When I was a child, grew up in Rome, Italy, and I always was fascinated by the people being able to know when Easter would be. And I remember the elementary school teachers saying that Easter could only be within a period between 21st of March and the end of April. And I always wondered where this wisdom was coming from. And in fact, I'm almost ashamed to admit that it took me many years to find out what was the rule behind this. And the rule is quite simple. Follow me. It's just simple. Easter is the first Sunday after the full moon, after the equinox of March. Right? Nice and easy. You take the equinox of March, you look for the first full moon, and then you look for the first Sunday. Couldn't be easier, could it? So why don't we try to predict today? Let's explain why today is Easter. Let's go and use our best friend, Stellarium. So this is the sky on top of my head. This is the sun. And you can see from Stellarium that its red ascension and declination is 00 hours, 57 minutes, and 6 degrees, 7 minutes. The day of the equinox is, by definition, when the red ascension of the sun is 0. So obviously this means that today is not the day of the equinox. So let's go and search for the day of the equinox. As you can see, the position of the sun is, the red ascension of the sun is changing. 17, 13, 4 minutes per day, which is the difference between the solar day and the sidereal day. And 20th of March, we have 23:59, and this is indeed the day of the equinox was the 20th of March. All right, so we have the day of the equinox. So day of the equinox, 20th of March. So now we need to find out where the moon is. And the moon normally is up at night. So let's move to the night and look for the moon. And the moon is there, here, towards the west. And the moon, we see that has 4%. So we are looking for the first full moon after the equinox. So 4%, it means that it's almost new moon, right? Let's go and look for the day of the full moon. So let's go forward. Yeah, 50, 92, 90, 95, 98. Bingo! 100. So 1st of April, April's Fool, was the day when we had the full moon. So we had the first full moon after the equinox was on the 1st of April. Now the question is, what day was the 1st of April? Nothing easier. Let's open the calendar. And here I'm using the calendar for Vatican City, well, basically because since it's a Catholic holiday, I figured that going to check with the boss was the best. And the 1st of April was a Wednesday. So what we need is the first Sunday after the full moon. And the first Sunday after is indeed the 5th of April, which is today. So this was a very successful exercise. So we managed to recover Easter for this year. I'm quite glad. Normally when people do these kind of exercises, never work. And instead of doing the classical call to action at the end of every YouTube video, click and blah, I leave you as an exercise, compute Easter for 2030 and 2035, just for the fun. I could tell you calculate it for next year, but that would be too obvious. I hope you learned something new, and I hope that you learned that Easter is a connection between us and the universe. Talk to you next time. Ciao.